Hi, thanks for watching again. Today is going to be part 2 of our lifting accessory series, and it's going to cover wrist straps, knee sleeves, and lifters. Now that the CrossFit Open has ended, 'tis the season to take off of our accessories and build our foundation strength so that we're even stronger down the road when it's time to put on our accessories. For any of the gear that I'm going to talk about, it's a matter of helping us get stronger versus hurting us by being more of a crutch when it comes to our decision to train with or without them. Like the lifting belt video that I did a couple weeks ago, we don't want to get to relying too heavily on any of these accessory pieces and lose the opportunity to build our own strength, stability, and mobility. For all these three, also, if you have an injury to your wrist or your knees or your ankles, that really prevents you from ever achieving the ideal positions or causes a lot of pain, not just discomfort, then you should definitely continue to wear them if that's going to help your training. The first accessory I'm going to talk about are wrist straps. They're basically a piece of fabric that wraps around your wrist and helps to stabilize flexion and extension, usually worn during overhead squats or jerks, maybe handstand push-ups, anytime that your wrist is supporting heavy weights, that flexed position. If this position is causing you pain, then maybe your wrist isn't stable enough, maybe your forearm strength and wrist strength is a little bit weak, or maybe you have poor mobility. So now is the time to take off that equipment and find the reason maybe why that you are having pain if it is a mobility problem, or to help you build strength. So maybe it's in your overhead squats, you need your wrist straps because your wrist is hurting, but maybe it's just a mobility issue with your shoulders to be able to get your wrist in the best position so it's not causing pain. The next piece of gear are knee sleeves. These are fabric and elastic sleeves that go around your knees that help to reduce the direct strain during squatting movements. They provide stability and promote blood flow through compression and warmth. I do think that knee sleeves can be really beneficial for older athletes or anyone who experiences any knee pain or inflammation from an injury or maybe an autoimmune disease. They help to warm the area and keep that warmth in there with all the blood flow and compression, which is important for proper movement as well as nutrient delivery for healing of any damage that's in that knee. That's where this piece of gear can help more than it's going to hurt your long-term progress. They can also provide a little extra bounce out of the bottom because of the elasticity of it, and so that's where we want to avoid letting them hurt our overall progress rather than help us. So now's the time to take them off and develop that strength through our entire squat range of motion. If you are experiencing a lot of knee pain during squatting, there's a lot of research that supports glute strength and activation being a key to preventing or curing any knee pain, especially during any type of squatting movements. So again, this is the time in our season to assess the why for our pain and the causes of that pain and fix it rather than continuing to mask it with our gear. The last lifting accessory I'm going to talk about are lifting shoes or lifters. They are shoes with an elevated heel that essentially help you get into a more ideal squat position by helping to elevate your heel, which mimics a smaller ankle angle. There is a benefit to the shoes being a really hard, flat sole, which when you're doing any type of lifting, your shoe should have that really flat, really hard sole for more stability, not like a bigger cushiony heel for a running shoe. But the lifters specifically have that elevated heel, which will help you achieve those ideal positions if you have tight ankles or tight hips. You can have the same ankle angle in that bottom of the squat by having really good dorsiflexion of your ankle, which is your toes coming up towards your shins. So like I said earlier, this is the time of the season to focus on improving that mobility so that you can achieve that same position without the lifters that you can in the lifters. Squatting without lifters might cause your feet to shift outwards and cause your toes to point out to the side. And that's just your body compensating so that you can still get the same depth without the ability for your knees to sink forward over your toes in that squat. So now is the time to focus on hip mobility, focus on ankle mobility to achieve the perfect positions. And then when you are lifting in your lifters, you'll be even better, even stronger in all of those positions because you could train them without the shoes.